Late one evening in a small suburban neighborhood, 13-year-old Alex Parker sat alone in the attic of his family's modest home. He was rummaging through a box of old belongings his father had left behind years ago. Dusty papers, faded photos, and an assortment of tools cluttered the box, but something unusual caught his eye. A rolled-up blueprint, thick and weathered. Curiosity piqued, Alex gently unrolled the paper. His heart skipped a beat as he saw the bold, unmistakable logo, SpaceX. The intricate designs and notes filled the page, outlining what seemed to be plans for a rocket prototype. Among the sketches, he noticed his father's initials scrawled in the corner. Alex stared at the blueprint, overwhelmed by the thought that his father, who had always been a quiet dreamer, might have contributed to SpaceX's projects before leaving the family. It was a bittersweet moment, one that filled Alex with pride and an ache of longing. He spent hours poring over the blueprint, tracing the lines with his fingers, and imagining the kind of work his father might have done. By morning, an idea had formed in his mind. What if he reached out to Elon Musk himself? The thought seemed impossible, but Alex couldn't shake it. Space exploration had always been his passion. He admired Musk's determination to push boundaries and explore the impossible. What if this blueprint could mean something, anything, to the man who had inspired millions? With a racing heart, Alex opened his laptop and began composing an email. The message was simple, heartfelt, and raw. Dear Mr. Musk, my name is Alex Parker, and I'm 13 years old. I found this blueprint in my attic. I think my dad worked on this with SpaceX, but I'm not sure. My dad left us a long time ago, but finding this made me feel close to him. If you could tell me anything about this, or if my dad's work mattered to SpaceX, it would mean the world to me. Thank you for reading this. Sincerely, Alex Parker. He attached a picture of the blueprint, hesitated for a moment, and then hit send. For days, Alex checked his email obsessively, but there was no reply. His hope began to fade. Why would someone like Elon Musk reply to me? He thought, disheartened. Little did he know that email was about to set off a chain of events that would change his life forever. It was a week later, on a rainy afternoon, when Alex heard the familiar chime of his laptop. He glanced over, expecting another school email or a random notification. But then he saw it, an email from Tesla HQ at SpaceX.com. His heart nearly stopped. He opened it, his hands trembling. Dear Alex, thank you for reaching out to me and sharing such a personal story. I was deeply moved by your message and the blueprint you attached. While I can't confirm its origins without further investigation, I'd love to learn more about your father and his potential connection to SpaceX. Would you be available for a video call this weekend? Looking forward to speaking with you, Elon Musk. Alex stared at the screen in disbelief, reading the words over and over again. It was real. Elon Musk, the Elon Musk, wanted to speak with him. He raced downstairs to tell his mom, his voice a mix of excitement and panic. Mom! Elon Musk replied. He wants to talk to me. His mom, a tired but kind-hearted woman who worked long hours to support them, was skeptical at first. But when Alex showed her the email, she hugged him tightly, her eyes welling with tears. You deserve this, Alex, she whispered. Your father would be so proud of you. The next 2 days felt like an eternity. Alex spent hours preparing questions, rehearsing how he would speak, and imagining all the possibilities. But nothing could have prepared him for what happened when the call finally connected. On Saturday morning, Alex sat in front of his laptop, dressed in his neatest shirt, his hair combed back awkwardly. The screen flickered, and suddenly there he was. Elon Musk, in a simple black t-shirt, sitting in what looked like an office cluttered with rocket models and books. Hey, Alex, Elon said, his voice warm and approachable. It's great to meet you. Alex froze for a moment, starstruck. Hi, Mr. Musk. Thank you for replying to my email. I didn't think you would. Elon chuckled. Well, your email stood out. It's not every day I get a message like yours. Now tell me about this blueprint and your dad. I'm really curious. As Alex explained everything, the attic, the blueprint, his father's initials, Elon listened intently, nodding and occasionally asking questions. But when Alex finished, Elon leaned back thoughtfully, his expression serious. Alex, he said, this blueprint isn't just a random piece of paper. It looks like an early concept from our Falcon series. If your dad worked on this, he was part of something big, something that changed the course of space exploration. Alex's eyes widened and his voice cracked. You mean my dad really mattered? Elon's gaze softened. If your dad contributed to this, then yes, he helped us build something extraordinary, and I think it's time we find out more about his role. Elon Musk leaned forward, his curiosity piqued. Alex, do you have anything else of your dad's? Any notes, pictures, or documents related to his work? Alex hesitated. There are a few more boxes in the attic. I can check. Perfect, Elon said with a nod. Let's figure this out together. Send me anything you find, and I'll have my team look into it. In the meantime, I'll share this blueprint with some of the original engineers who worked on the Falcon project. Maybe they'll recognize his initials. Alex couldn't believe what he was hearing. Elon Musk, the man he admired more than anyone, was personally taking an interest in his father's legacy. It was surreal. After the call, Alex raced back to the attic with his mom. Together, they sifted through the remaining boxes, uncovering old notebooks, sketches, and even a faded photograph of his father standing beside a group of engineers in front of a massive rocket. This must have been his team, Alex whispered, staring at the photo. Do you think they'll recognize him? His mom placed a hand on his shoulder. If anyone can figure this out, it's Elon Musk. Alex scanned the photo and the other documents, sending them to Elon's team. For the next few days, he waited anxiously, checking his email every hour. Finally, the response came. Alex, I showed the photo to a few of our senior engineers, and we have some good news. Your dad, Robert Parker, was part of the early Falcon development team. His contributions were instrumental in designing some of the key systems we still use today. He was one of the unsung heroes of SpaceX. I'd like to invite you and your mom to our headquarters in Hawthorne, California, to learn more about his work and meet the team. Let me know if you're available. Best, Elon. Alex couldn't contain his excitement. Mom, we're going to SpaceX. The trip to California was a whirlwind. As they arrived at SpaceX's headquarters, Alex felt a mix of nerves and excitement. Elon himself greeted them at the entrance, shaking their hands warmly. Welcome, Alex. Welcome, Mrs. Parker, he said with a smile. You're about to see where history is made. Elon led them through the sprawling facility, showing them the rocket assembly lines, the mission control room, and even the Starship prototype. But the real highlight came when they entered a private conference room where a group of engineers stood waiting. These are some of the people who worked with your dad, Elon explained. They wanted to meet you. One by one, the engineers shared stories about Robert Parker, the quiet, brilliant man who had played a crucial role in their success. Alex listened, his eyes brimming with tears. For the first time, he felt a deep connection to his father, a man he barely remembered but now admired more than ever. But then Elon turned to Alex with a mischievous smile. We're not done yet. There's one more surprise. Elon led Alex and his mother down a corridor toward a large secured door. As they entered, Alex's jaw dropped. The room was filled with artifacts from SpaceX's history, old rocket parts, prototypes, and photographs of past missions. But in the center of the room stood something that made Alex's breath catch. A plaque engraved with his father's name. Robert Parker, innovator and visionary, his work paved the way for the stars. Alex's mom gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. I can't believe this, she whispered, tears streaming down her face. Alex stepped closer, running his fingers over the letters. Dad did all this? He murmured. Elon placed a hand on Alex's shoulder. Your father was a part of something extraordinary. His designs were ahead of their time, and we owe a lot of our success to people like him. He might not have been in the spotlight, but his impact is undeniable. As Alex and his mom took it all in, a few engineers entered, carrying something wrapped in a sleek metallic covering. They placed it on a table in front of Alex. This, Elon explained, is a gift. It's a small prototype of the Falcon rocket, engraved with your dad's initials. We thought you should have it. Alex carefully unwrapped the model, his hands trembling. The intricate details were breathtaking, and on the side the initials RP were etched in bold letters. Thank you, Alex said, his voice breaking. This means everything to us. But Elon wasn't finished. He turned to Alex with a twinkle in his eye. There's one more thing. We've been looking for passionate young innovators to join SpaceX's mentorship program. If you're interested, Alex, I'd like to personally sponsor you. You've got the heart and the curiosity, qualities your dad clearly passed down to you. Alex's eyes widened. You mean I could work here someday? Elon smiled. Not someday. Now the program starts next month, and I'd be honored to have you on board. Alex couldn't believe what he was hearing. Just weeks ago, he was a kid with a dream and a dusty blueprint. Now he was standing in SpaceX headquarters, holding a piece of history and being offered a chance to follow in his father's footsteps. His mom hugged him tightly, her voice full of pride. Your dad would be so proud of you, Alex. Tears welled up in Alex's eyes as he looked at Elon. Thank you for everything. Elon shook his hand firmly. Your dad laid the foundation. Now it's your turn to build the future. As Alex and his mom left SpaceX that day, their hearts were full. The journey that had started with a dusty blueprint had led to a legacy rediscovered, a family healed, and a future filled with endless possibilities. And as they walked away, Alex looked up at the sky, silently promising his father that he would make him proud.